industry secret.
Your house was almost blacklisted.
Caught on camera.
This woman's not just steering, she's lying.
50 real estate agents, 5 hot markets.
Real estate agents were calling, but not to say someone wants to see your home.
No, they wouldn't offer to bring a client here.
Can you trust your real estate agent to lock the deal? Or will you get locked out? You can't afford to miss your marketplace.
Your destination is on the left.
We're house hunting.
Yes, that'd be great.
Hello?
Out with real estate agents who say they'll help us find our dream home.
More bright kitchen, big backyard.
But we're not actually looking to buy.
You have the highway close by, you have the hospital close by.
We're undercover, hidden cameras rolling to see if they're really representing you or bending the rules to pad their bottom line.
Hi, sir, how are you?
Good, how are you?
What these agents don't know is we also have someone on the inside, the owners.
Hi, Frank, how are you?
They're working with us because they think the system is rigged.
Make yourselves at home, we'll go where we have to go. Perfect. Thanks.
They'll let us know what happens on their end of the deal, while we pose as buyers looking for a house just like theirs.
And how old is this home? So the home in this area is the late 90s.
This spring, Joanne Petit put her house up for sale in Vaughan, Ontario, without a real estate agent.
We would like to move closer to our kids and grandkids.
Her income dried up with the pandemic, so saving on fees was key.
And that's money that you'd prefer to keep in your pocket.
That's right.
Sellers here are generally on the hook for 5% commission, half to the listing agent, half to the buyer's agent. On Joanne's house, that's about $75,000.
It's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
Joanne is saving on a listing agent by paying a couple of $100 to a discount brokerage, which lists her house on MLS.
And by being on MLS, buyers were going to see your listing.
Right. And say to their agent, I would like to see this house.
She's offering buying agents 1%, a hefty 14 grand for them. Overall, her plan to sell on her own will save her about 60,000 bucks. But after 6 weeks on the market,
How's it going?
Not good. Not good.
Were they calling?
Oh, they called. They called a lot because they want us to sign with them. They want us to list with them.
We're in one of the hottest buying times of all times, and the real estate agents were calling, but not to say someone wants to see your home.
No, they wouldn't offer to bring a client here.
What's going on?
I reached out to an agent and said, what is wrong with my listing? His words were, no agent is going to come. Under no circumstances, no agent is going to come to see your house.
Were you left with the impression that your house was almost blacklisted?
Absolutely. That's how it was referred to me.
You could set up a beautiful home office here.
it's called steering, when real estate agents take their buyers to high commission homes and avoid low commission ones like Joanne's.
It'd be one of the more expensive properties on this street.
Real estate agent Michael Walsh is one of the few warning that this system is stacked against consumers.
If I go and want to buy a house and go to an
Right.
agent, it seems to me they're working for me.
Right. That's exactly what everybody thinks.
The problem, he says, is the way commissions are paid out.
The seller pays the listing agent some amount. In Ontario, it's 5%. And then typically that's halved with the buying agent. So right away, red flags should go up. Like, what's that about, right? Like, the buying agent's supposed to be negotiating on behalf of the buyer.
Those red flags don't go up. This system is so normal to us now.
It's been normalized.
Another thing that's been normalized, the amount real estate agents charge.
Good morning. Can I help you?
Yes, good morning.
Just check out what we find when we call 50 agents in 5 hot real estate markets across the country.
So we're looking to sell our house.
So your commission is 5% plus HST?
That would be 5%.
It's 5%.
In each province, they all charge basically the same thing.
We charge standard commission.
25% of them describe their fee as standard. Some even warn against agents who do reduce commission.
I promise you that you're going to get way less in purchase price.
The majority say they won't budge on their fee.
I do not negotiate my commission at all.
When was the last time anyone successfully questioned that? Like, why is it 5% and not 2%?
There's a huge inertia, and maintaining the status quo absolutely benefits existing realtors. 100%, right?
Go against that status quo, and you could get shut out by agents who steer buyers away.
You've seen that happen?
Oh, 100% I have. Yeah.
So would you ever actually know you've been steered if it's happened?
Not likely.
That's partly because the public isn't shown the commission on offer. Only real estate agents see that. Unless you're on both sides of the deal.
Good, how are you?
Like us.
This is a home, it's a for sale by owner.
For our hidden camera test, we meet up with 3 agents in total.
Hi.
Hi, Al.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
They all specialize in the neighborhood and come up first in an online search.
This looks like quite a nice neighborhood.
The neighborhood is really nice.
All 3 are given specific search criteria that matches up to Joanne's house.
There's essentially a basement apartment.
We ask agent number 1 why he thinks Joanne's house has been on the market so long.
I think that home is overpriced. I think like that home, honestly, I think like 1,425 would maybe be my value for that home. It was listed at 1,475.
At first, he suggests it's listed too high, but soon we're talking about the commission being offered.
The for sale by owners offering 1%. A lot of agents may not take their buyers to that home. It's just 3 of them.
And so what does that mean for you?
You know, at the end of the day, I want my buyers. Like, I want you to have the home that you want. So I'm all in. Like, it's all good. Okay.
Bottom line, he says many agents wouldn't do this, but he will, even if it means lower pay for him.
An agent's duty to a client is to act in the best interest of that client.
When representing you, agents must follow the law and a code of ethics.
If you steer a client away from houses that you think would be a good fit, you are breaking the law.
Lisa Laredo has practiced real estate law for 15 years. She'll be watching along and sharing her expertise on what we find.
You know, at the end of the day, I want my buyers. Like, I want you to have the home that you want. So I'm all in.
Does it look like agent number 1 is acting in our best interests?
Yes, absolutely. He's being upfront. He's telling you that it's a discount commission, and all he wants to do is make his buyer happy, so that's nice to see.
Okay.
So far, so good. But will all the agents act in our best interest?
I would shake your hand, but not the best time to do that.
Next up, agent number 2. And already, there's a problem.
So unfortunately, we only received 2 of the confirmations. I don't know if they're having issues with confirming, but unfortunately, we don't have access to that one.
The house we can't see is Joanne's, the low commission one.
Oh, okay. Is there a reason why that?
I've been trying to reach them to see like what's the problem, is it tenants in place that you're having an issue with, but I haven't heard back from them.
Something's up here because we know Joanne's house has no tenants.
We never received a call.
She told us she called. She called and left a message.
No message was left. Because I was aware of an agent possibly calling, I made sure to be at the phone. I checked the phone for the whole day.
That's disgusting.
Is that steering?
Yes, of course that is. The vendor's saying she never even got a call, and this woman's not just steering, she's lying. She's just flat out lying.
As for the agent's mention of possible tenants,
as an agent, you would be able to read the MLS listing, and then you would know exactly whether or not that property has tenants because that would have been disclosed from the get-go. So for her to even come up with that, that's just garbage.
So Lisa says so far, 1 of 3 agents has steered us away. Next up, agent number 3.
Look, 2 of the 3 we'd asked about, this is what she told us about Joanne's house.
Hello, Al speaking.
Hi, Al. The
the owner is selling the home, but I did the research on this home. The home is $200,000 overpriced. Do you want to go and see it?
Do you believe that's true?
No, I don't. I've been watching the neighborhood. I don't think I'm that far off the mark.
I spoke with the actual seller, and he's like, no, what are you talking? I'm not negotiating the price. And I'm like, why, sir? It's overpriced. And he's like, that's my price.
I know for a fact the price of the house was not mentioned. Right off the bat, she wanted to know if she was getting 2.5%. When we told her there would only be a 1% commission, she said, I'll keep my clients to myself.
Because you weren't offering enough money.
Correct.
$14,000.
That's right. It's not nothing to scoff at.
I'm gobsmacked. Like, I can't believe that somebody would act that way. It's beyond steering. It's just completely unethical, right? Because you're not actually providing a service. You're not servicing anyone but yourself. So it's not a service industry, it's a me industry.
We push for agent number 3 to take us to the home, despite her warnings.
Come on.
But it smells like a cigarette, like someone smoking inside.
And after a few minutes inside...
Look, it's gorgeous inside, and it's really nice.
But wait, she's not talking about Joanne's house. It's another listing on her phone, and in a totally different neighborhood.
That's entrance here. Here is the staircase going up. Here is an office. Here is a dining. Here is a kitchen. Amazing.
Our team was inside your house for 12 minutes. For half that time, that agent was talking about another listing.
And that's exactly what she wanted. Had they not been your staff, had it been somebody else, she would have done the same thing.
We're not identifying the agents captured on hidden camera because our investigation shows this practice isn't about individuals. It's bigger than that. Just hear what some of the 25 listing agents say when we ask about lowering commission for the buyer agent.
Although they're not supposed to do it, some agents may be very cognizant of what they're getting paid and push their buyer to another home.
88% give us the same warning about agents steering buyers away.
I do know people who do that. It's not right, and it's not ever supposed to happen, but it does happen.
A dirty industry secret that seems surprisingly commonplace.
I have had agents say to me, you know, we're looking at 2 houses. They're both a good fit, but I'm definitely sort of massaging them towards yours because there's more in it for the realtor.
So whose job is it to make sure that real estate agents are following the rules?
Yeah, so you'd have the Real Estate Council of Ontario, also known as RECO. They're the ones that enforce the rules.
So that's where we're heading next.
We've been trying to get a hold of you, talking to some of your staff about some of the things that we found on hidden camera.
And setting up a new house, but this time posing as sellers.
This is a significant amount, thousands of dollars.
Get more Marketplace. Sign up for our weekly newsletter, cdc.ca/marketplace.
This is your marketplace. Real estate agents caught on camera breaking the law.
It's in absolute contravention of the Code of Ethics.
When we're undercover posing as potential buyers, some agents steer us away.
Maybe he's dealing with difficult clients.
Now it's time to play the part of sellers.
Where should I put this plant?
Over there.
Over there? Okay.
Annette Walker is helping us with that test. Having just finished a major renovation, she's offering to help us create a dream home to see how many buyers we can attract. Got to make the place look picture perfect.
Hey, Pat, how are you?
Hey, good.
You gonna take some good photos for us?
For sure. Do you think we can move this furniture?
Yeah, absolutely.
Virtual staging fills in some furniture and finishing touches, making the house look move-in ready. Total cost for the photos and to list the house on MLS, just $800. We even get our own website for that price.
How many bedrooms?
4.
Not having a listing agent will save $30,000, but we still agree to pay the buyer agent $11,000, which is 1% of the list price.
Do you think you're ready to list?
You bet. Let's go for it.
Let's do it.
This is not Annette's first time going it alone. She bought this house privately.
We all think it's a lot harder than it is. It was an easy process.
Do you think real estate agents should still exist?
I think there's a place for them, yes, for sure.
But what you're saying is you don't want to be forced to pay a certain level.
We work hard to save our money, and this is a significant amount, thousands of dollars, cost of a new car.
And she knows a fairer system is possible.
Well, I've had the experience of living abroad in the Netherlands where I knew that realtor fees were only about 1.5 to 2%. Then when my aunt passed away in Australia, we sold her 2 properties down there, and the realtor fees were only a very reasonable 2%.
In fact, in many countries around the world, sellers pay less. From Italy to Israel, South Korea to Slovenia, and many more. One reason, seller and buyer agent commissions are separate, giving each side a chance to negotiate. The same move here, experts say, could drop commissions by 1 to 2%.
We definitely would be paying less. There's no question about that. Even if they were saving 1%, 500,000 transactions, I think it's $3 billion. It's a lot of savings.
Stephen Moranis should know. He opened one of the first low-commission real estate companies in Canada.
Is a $20,000 or $25,000 commission fair to charge a consumer to sell their house?
It was even featured on Marketplace 16 years ago as a new disruptor in the industry.
We had basically an a la carte program that you could sell your house yourself on MLS, and for that we charged basically a marketing fee, $695.
It survived just 2 years.
We just kept getting attacked by the industry, by the regulator, by the boards. We had agents fax us notes, telling me where to go and where I should go and all the other places.
We've talked to discount brokerages today, and they're feeling the same kind of pushback you felt.
100%. It's an old boys network, and they're trying to eliminate the competition by hook or by crook to discourage innovation, disruption, and commission cutting with respect to the transaction.
Coming up, tracking down the regulators.
It's almost as bad as the agents. You can't come to us for help, and you can't trust these people.
And will Joanne finally sell her home? Do you have a story you think Marketplace should investigate next? Tell us all about it on email, Twitter, and Facebook. This is your Marketplace. Canadians pay among the highest real estate fees in the world. When we put real estate agents to the test, 2 out of 3 steered us away from the low commission home we wanted to see. When we follow up, both say they didn't steer. Agent number 3 stands by her assessment the house was overpriced. But this issue is bigger than just a couple of agents, so we request an interview with the Canadian Real Estate Association.
David Common calling from CBC Marketplace. We've been trying to get a hold of you, talking to some of your staff about some of the things that we found on hidden camera, what experts call anti-competitive practices, steering, things that are against the law, potentially.
CREA says no to our request.
What they've told us on email is that none of what we have found is under their purview. This is the agency that represents all real estate agents in this country, 135,000 of them, coast to coast to coast.
Instead, they direct us to provincial regulators. Since Ontario is where we found the agent steering, we reach out to Ross Romano, the minister who oversees real estate. His office tells us to take our questions to RECO.
Way up there is the actual regulator, RECO, the Real Estate Council of Ontario. Now, they won't agree to an on-camera interview, but after we told them what we found, they quietly issued a bulletin to all realtors across this province, reminding them that steering is illegal and that it must stop.
In an email, they also tell us to talk to, you guessed it, CREA. For Lisa Laredo and Stephen Moranis, it all falls short of protecting the people this system is supposed to be working for.
So we contacted RICO. They told us these are troubling things that you're finding, so file a complaint.
It's almost as bad as the agents, right? Like, you can't come to us for help, and you can't trust these people, so you're just again in this catch-22.
What needs to happen to put more power back in the hands of consumers when they're buying and selling homes?
Well, I think there has to be a serious government inquiry. There has to be an appointed commission that looks at the industry coast to coast to coast.
Totally independent.
Totally independent.
Until then, home buyers and sellers are stuck with a system that some say was never really designed for them. And remember that house we listed ourselves? After a week on the market, Annette receives calls from 3 agents interested in bringing their buyers for a commission of 1%.
My client saw it advertised somewhere and called me and said, track this down.
As they say, it only takes 1 buyer, so maybe that would have been enough. However, a close comparable down the street had 20 unique showings in less than a week and sold over asking just a day before our listing went up. As for Joanne Petit in Vaughan, Ontario,
You've taken the strategy to try to keep as much of the value of your house yourself to sell this home privately.
That's right.
Do you worry it's not going to work?
No. The right person is going to come along at the right time. I'm very confident it will happen. I have no doubt.
And patience paid off. After 3 months on the market, their house finally sold near asking price to a private buyer. No agents involved.